Eagle Eye News at 6.
Eagle Eye TV has done a great job.
And welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6.
We are just having a great time here in Auburn, Alabama. The party is not over yet.
Eagle Eye TV, Auburn's news leader.
Good evening and welcome to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Ethan Clements.
And I'm Alice Estes. Thank you for joining us.
Women's History Month is every month for Generation Action, as their mission is to foster greater sexual health and awareness while also fighting for reproductive rights. Every week, Generation Action provides free Plan Bs and condoms free of judgment through concourse tabling or through contacting their organization. Planned Parenthood Gen Action President Faith Fluker stresses the importance of women in society and her organization's plan to make it known.
I believe a woman's value starts at the fact that she's a person first. She's an individual before she is a mother. She's an individual before she is a wife. And I believe our value also comes from the fact that we are powerful enough to raise families, manage households, and also be CEOs at the same time.
Tuesday, Auburn UPC hosted St. Patty's Putt-Putt in the Student Center Ballroom. UPC wanted to bring together students to celebrate St. Patrick's Day, so they decided to host St. Patty's Putt. The event featured St. Patty's themed drinks and snacks, a station where students could make their own charm bracelets, and of course, a 9-hole putt-putt course with custom obstacles for students to enjoy. We spoke to Carter Stremnell from UPC about what went into putting on this event.
Yeah, so we usually outsource vendors for these. So this is from this place called Phoenix Amusements. So we basically just, I emailed them and I was like, hey, like, can y'all do this for us? How much would it be? And then we got the quote from them. It fit within our budget, so we asked them to do it for us. And then we actually had another organization set to help us out as well, but they are a little bit on the smaller side, so they only have 2 people, and they both got the flu apparently and couldn't fulfill the event today, but luckily we had those other 9 holes. We were supposed to have 18 total, but the other people pulling out only allowed us to have these 9. But luckily we had both of those options, so they still were able to come. But yeah, so they come and they set it up for us, and then we just customize it with like the different obstacles and stuff that we have going on in there. So you see the loop-de-loop and like the pyramid of golf balls, all that's by them, but we just add them on, I guess, kind of, and then they set it up for us.
March Madness is here on the Plains, and what other way for the Auburn family to celebrate by hosting a watch party at the Rec Center pools? At least it was supposed to happen until cold weather struck, canceling the event. Their students were supposed to party in the pools and cheer on their Tigers to victory, but it unfortunately did not happen due to high winds happening in the area. However, some students and staff were still able to get into the jacuzzi and watch the Orange and Blue defeat the Alabama State Hornets 83-63. The pools may not have been the main function for March Madness, but at least the trees near Toomers must have had a field day. Hopefully, there will be many more places around Auburn hosting watch parties when Auburn faces Creighton on Saturday. It will be a much tougher matchup, which should bring more excitement to students and the Auburn community. Plus, if Auburn wins, then fans won't have to travel too far, as their Sweet 16 will be hosted at State Farm Arena in Atlanta.
Last month, the Auburn University Board of Trustees approved major renovations for the Haley Center bookstore. As of Monday, March 17th, the bookstore will move to 1084 Beard Eves Memorial Coliseum for the duration of its renovation in the Haley Center. The temporary space of the Coliseum will hold all of the apparel, gifts, supplies, and technology that the bookstore has become known for. And for the remainder of this spring semester, course materials can be ordered at aubookstore.com and picked up at the Coliseum. The bookstore refurbishment will include new flooring, wall and ceiling finishes, upgraded lighting, a redesigned register area, new retail fixtures, and a revamped space for the technology section. Renovations are expected to be complete by this coming fall.
Keeping with the topic of Auburn University upgrades, the AU Wi-Fi network will be retired this summer, and the Office of Information Technology encourages people on campus to make the switch to the EDU Roam network ahead of time. Thousands of universities and research institutions use EDU Roam, and the wireless connectivity option has become the preferred network for academic institutions due to its ubiquity. How to connect? Simply select the EDU Roam network and log in using your full Auburn email address as your username and your same Auburn password used for AU Wi-Fi. The Office of Information Technology plans to share more details about the official retirement date when they are available. When we come back, you'll get a weather forecast from Eagle Eye's Lucy Anderson. You're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. My name is Lucy Anderson, here with your weather outlook for this week on the plains. As this week comes to a close, we're slowly starting to feel the spring come into bloom. Taking a look at this week's forecast, we got a few more days of sun with temperatures ranging from the mid-60s to the high 70s. We may see a little bit of rain on Monday, so make sure you keep your umbrella handy. As we make it through next week, prepare for temperatures to keep climbing, peaking at a comfortable high of 76. You may have noticed a few gusts of wind today, peaking at 13 miles per hour. As it turns out, we weren't the only ones to experience stray gusts. Our neighbors in Phoenix City are currently weathering wind speeds up to 18 miles per hour. Looking at the surrounding area, varying wind speeds ranging from 10 to 17 miles per hour are hitting nearby cities. Fortunately, the winds will calm down by this weekend, ultimately resting at 6 miles per hour in speed. This weekend, we will also see a return in seasonably warm weather ranging from 73 to 78 degrees. That's all I have for you today. When we come back, you'll get a national news update from Ethan and Alice. I'm Lucy Anderson, and you're watching Eagle Eye News at 6.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. The president could keep a controversial campaign promise today. Officials say he'll formally order Education Secretary Linda McMahon to start dismantling her department. Amy Kiley reports public school advocates say they're worried about the impact on students.
I'd like it to be closed immediately.
Officials say President Donald Trump plans to sign an executive order today to begin tearing apart the Department of Education. Whether to shutter it completely is up to Congress. An administration official says the order will start the process of shifting education authority to the states.
Since the Department of Education was established in 1980, we've spent over $1 trillion to see our scores continue to go down.
Trump says the DOE is a sign of federal overreach, but it's unclear how many states want to take on its responsibilities.
The State Department of Education has had funding cut after funding cut after funding cut.
Oftentimes what's concocted in Washington, D.C. when it goes out to Montana doesn't exactly fit.
A senior administration official says funding for students with disabilities and low-income schools won't change. Those programs account for much, but not all, of the support K-12 schools get from the federal government.
Educational opportunity is not government waste. It's something that is very central to what makes America great.
The National Education Association president says dismantling the DOE aims a wrecking ball at the futures of 50 million students. Legal challenges are already in the works. The executive order follows the department's earlier announcement that it's cutting about half its staff.
It only hurts the most vulnerable, our children.
I'm Amy Kiley reporting.
Articles about the Holocaust, sexual assault, and suicide prevention are among those that have been purged or flagged for removal from Pentagon websites. The purge is a result of Defense Secretary Pete Hegseth's order to scrub articles promoting diversity, equity, and inclusion content from its platforms. A database obtained by CNN shows more than 24,000 articles could be purged or are already gone. However, dozens reviewed by CNN have no apparent connection to DEI programs, including articles about the Holocaust, cancer awareness, and September 11th remembrance. Much of the content was scrubbed through an automated process and not by individual units. In a statement, the Pentagon press secretary says if content was removed by mistake, then it will be corrected.
Some promising news for people likely to develop Alzheimer's disease. A new study shows people who take an amyloid-lowering drug delayed onset of the illness. This study is small, just a few dozen participants, but it's long-term and looked at participants over 17 years, though a placebo control group wasn't included in the study extension. 22 participants cut their risk of symptoms in half over the time span. Others did not, and scientists aren't sure why. The study was published Wednesday in the journal Lancet Neurology. It only included people with rare genetic mutations that make developing Alzheimer's almost certain. The research team says meetings to review grant funding with the National Institutes of Health have been canceled twice. If they can't get their grant renewed, the study may not be able to continue. When we come back, you'll get an entertainment update from our very own Caroline Burrows. You're watching Eagle Eye TV.
Welcome back to Eagle Eye News at 6. I'm Caroline Burrows, here to give you an update on all things entertainment. It's time to shine a light on famous amphibians. Today is World Frog Day. The day was created to raise awareness about providing frogs with safer environments. Also, to shine a light on threatened frog species worldwide. Animal experts say frogs have been around for roughly 256 million years. There are more than 7,800 frog and toad species globally. Reportedly, there are a couple thousand under threat of extinction. A Florida trapper skirts egg prices using iguanas, and a deer crossing at a deer crossing cracks up a Canadian driver. Coming up in today's Take a Look at This.
It's no secret that recent egg prices have been a source of frustration for many, and as such, folks may be looking for yolks of a different color, so to speak. Enter Floridian John Johnson, who has taken to cooking up iguana eggs, which he harvests from the Sunshine State invasive species he catches for a living. Now, before you say gross, let's see what's involved.
We're going to cut open this sack that is, and we kind of squeeze it like toothpaste.
Blah, you lost me at the sack cutting. But Johnson, who doesn't mind the unsightly prepped work, cracks and doctors the mini eggs with standards like salt, pepper, and veggies, and serves them up omelet style, claiming you'd never be able to tell the difference. So there you have it. If you're tired of egg prices and you have an iguana, go on-a. Me personally, I don't wanna. This'll crack you up. Say hello to the Philadelphia Drunken Nitwits, a social group of sorts that get together, get cocktails, get comfy, and get crackin' on some needlework. This crafty crew is just one of many Drunken Nitwit chapters from all over the world, and their activities extend outside the bar, sharing their creations all over the city of brotherly love. So what's the biggest challenge for prospective members?
I've had to learn how to actively drink and knit at the same time. I'm not used to doing that.
Finally, a Canadian driver has quite a yarn to spin after having a chuckle as he witnessed a deer crossing at, well, a deer crossing.
Take your time. Don't be in a rush. Oh my goodness, look over there!
But it was when he spotted a full furry famdamly that he truly started fawning.
That is so exciting.
The inventor of the deer crossing sign can rest comfortably in their grave because clearly the deer abide. For Take a Look at This, I'm Jeremy Roth.
Streaming and movie previews now in today's Hollywood Minute. Here's David Daniel.
For years, we've been afraid of them. Now it's time for them to be afraid of us.
We need to hold those terrorist rebels accountable. They need to be reminded who they're dealing with.
We can't just let them win.
Mayday's working on a plan to kill extremist commanders. If you want to fight, then let's fight together.
The official trailer is out for the 6th and final season of The Handmaid's Tale. June and her allies set out to take down the fundamentalist theocratic dictatorship Gilead. The revolution begins with 3 episodes premiering April 8th on Hulu.
Hey Dad, it's me.
Gotcha. Leave a message.
Hi.
Mailbox is full.
If I'm not the same, is that okay?
So I went searching for him.
Dad?
And I accidentally found another Bob Trevino.
Bob Trevino likes your comment.
A woman estranged from her father looks for him online and connects with another man with the same name in Bob Trevino Likes It. Barbie Ferreira and John Leguizamo star in the film, based on a true story from writer-director Tracy Lehman. Bob Trevino Likes It is in theaters Friday. In Hollywood, I'm David Daniel.
That's all I have for you in the world of entertainment. Let's send it back to Ethan and Alice at the desk.
Thank you, Caroline. We're out of time, but for more Auburn news, head over to our website, eagleeyeauburn.com, and check out our social media pages. I'm Ethan Clements.
And I'm Alice Estes. Thank you for watching, and War Eagle.
Touchdown!
Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much. Touchdown! Did you see that? Whoa, we scored? Yeah, we scored. We're going to the playoffs. I can't believe I missed that. Every time I'm buzzed, I spend too much time on my phone.